Hi, welcome back and welcome to video 5. In this video I want to look at awakening the belief in you, and this is really where we begin our awakening. I want to start by looking at what stops you from awakening, so the erosion, what's kind of closed your energy down, and it happens to all of us, and it affects our health and it affects our relationships and it affects the way we feel about ourselves and the way we live our lives. So we're going to look at that first in this film. The second thing I then want to look at is how to begin, very simply, to awaken the belief in yourself and bring on the biggest change that you can feel very, very quickly in terms of your awakening. So, what's closing down our energy? What's happened within our lives that's made us doubt ourselves so much that it's closed down our soul and our hearts to the point where we're asleep? I call this erosion, and the reason I say that is it kind of happens over time, throughout our childhood, throughout our teenage years, and then into adulthood. So essentially what's happened is that for all of us, our self-belief, our belief in ourselves has been reduced, and this comes from our parents putting us down, often without even knowing it. Our siblings, we get knocks in the playground, we start school and we soon realise that it's kind of survival of the fittest, and for some people they kind of puff themselves up. I see my daughter in the past, she's kind of walked into the playground and she's puffed herself up, to kind of make herself look taller and stronger. The problem with that is that she's covering herself up. We all do it, we cover ourselves up, we put on an armour. And it's the armour, really, that essentially what we're saying to ourselves is, you're not good enough, you need an armour to be good enough, because the person inside isn't good enough. For others, what happens in terms of playgrounds is that they're sensitive and they hide themselves. Okay, so again, but the hiding, it's the same as the armour. You're not good enough. If you need to hide, it's because the person that you are isn't good enough. Your self-belief is reduced. We've talked already about moulding yourself to fit to environments, to companies, to families, to friends. It happens in all sorts of social environments, okay? Our education systems, our moral codes, and then the sort of bigger family background things, parental divorce, losing a parent, all of these things, alcohol in the home, violence in the home, physical and sexual abuse within the home and outside the home. All of these things are kind of piercing through our psyche, and what happens is that our self-belief is reduced. I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough. In business, you want to succeed, you get a job, you start to climb the ladder, you want to do well, and ultimately you push yourself, and when you push yourself like that, you're telling yourself again, I'm not good enough, because if you have to push yourself rather than just being yourself, again, you're telling your subconscious that I'm not good enough, okay? And then throw in all of the kind of homogenising, or the television, or the negative press, or the negative environmental stuff that's going on within our world at the moment, the soap operas, the violence. My husband got a film out last night, and it was supposed to be a rated 15 film, and I'm not going to name what the film was, but it was essentially there must have been 40 people shot in this film. How many people are watching things like that and not flinching? Anyway, it all adds up to this negative cycle, okay? Emotional, physical hardship. When you've got challenges in your life, what tends to happen is that you grow a thicker skin, and when you grow a thicker skin, you can start to feel bitter. And when you feel bitter, I'm not good enough, it's not fair. You compare yourselves with your neighbours, with your friends, with your siblings, with your family. Are you getting this? It's just kind of constantly saying, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough. Okay? And some people as well, what they tend to do is they give away their power and say, well, actually, I don't like the limelight, I like other people to do it. So to be safe, I'm going to stand back from my life, and I'm going to let other people stand forward, and I'm going to care for them. Well, that's giving your power away, that's hiding. Okay? And that's also a way of saying, I'm not good enough. Okay? So recognise where these patterns exist for you in your life. In my experience, we've all got them. We all think that we're not good enough. We all think that we're not as confident as people think we are. All of us, okay? All of us. So there's two ways to address this, and it is easy to address. You've just got to stick with it and use the tools of awakening to really get through your psyche so that you turn the negative cycle into a positive one, okay? And in video 6, what I'm going to do is have a look at those ingrained beliefs and converting them. And you will, if you go through that process, get pen and paper ready, go through that process, your world, your inner world, and then your outer world will completely transform, okay? But the first thing I want to do is have a quick look at a really, the most simplest thing in the world to awaken out of this trap of negativity and self-doubt and believing that you're not good enough, okay? So, it's very simple. It's called choice. It's as simple as that. We all have a choice how we react to ourselves, how we react to our lives, how we react to other people, our relationships. We all have the power to choose. You know, you can't change other people. You can't choose their reactions. You can influence people. You can promise to always stick to the truth. You can be kind and giving and caring. But ultimately, how somebody else reacts to you or reacts to their life circumstances or crisis or happiness is them. That's up to them, okay? Every time you react negatively to something, you're giving your power to it and it's dragging you down. And what I want you to see is that you're choosing that. That's your choice. It's your power to decide, I'm going to let that person's comment make me feel low and therefore I'm going to go through having a bad day. Or actually, I'm not going to let that person's comment get to me. I'm going to choose to go with a positive stance and I'm going to go on to have a great day. It's like, you know those days when you get out of bed and you stub your toe and you spill your coffee and you just think, well, that's just great. Well, I'm going to have a great day, aren't I? And you're all angry and cross and you've only been out of bed for half an hour and of course your day goes on to be a complete mishmash of frustration, okay? You get home, you know it all, put a soap opera on and eat the fridge. It's not good. And all because you did. It wasn't the chair leg, it wasn't the coffee, okay? It wasn't the universe, it wasn't the angels, okay? It wasn't God getting back at you, the fact that you stubbed your toe and that you spilt your coffee. It wasn't your husband, it wasn't your children, your partner, your wife. It was you. You. Simple as that. And you have the power to choose in every moment how you react to something, okay? Now, if you react negatively, if you choose, and the problem with being asleep is that you're not conscious of your reactions, and so all of this just kind of happens automatically, and you think, well, why am I so fed up? Why am I having such a difficult time in my life? Okay? When you're asleep, you can't consciously choose. When you awaken, you can consciously go, actually, I've spilt my coffee and my toe is really quite sore, but I'm not going to let this ruin my day. It's happened, let's move on. In fact, it's awoken me and it's reminded me, actually, that I have the power to choose. So, for those who are asleep or those that choose to go down the negative route, even, like I say, if they're not really conscious of it, they end up down, depressed, fed up, martyrdom. It's not my fault what life happens to me, okay? This isn't my fault, I'm this way because of blah, 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 blah. All of that's a choice. The people that react positively and therefore say, actually, I've spilled my toe, I've spilled my coffee, you know, this isn't the end of the world. Yes, it hurts. Yes, I've got some mess to clean up. Yes, it was my fault. Aren't I silly? I'm going to go on and have a good day. They move on. They feel good. They see opportunities in their life because they're not filled with kind of negativity and, oh, I'm fed up. Ugh. It's all a choice. Okay? Now, when I read a workshop on this, I found a really simple way for you to awaken and to have this choice, this decision when something happens within yourself or within your world, to react positively. And I call it chocolate versus strawberry. Okay, it's really easy. Men or women, we all like chocolate, we all like strawberries. Okay, really, 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 really simple thing to remind you to choose. Okay, so imagine I said to you, would you like an ice cream? Okay, you say it's a lovely hot day, would you like an ice cream? Yes please, I'd love an ice cream. Okay, would you like chocolate or strawberry? What would you choose? Say it now as you watch this video. Which one would you choose? Okay, which one? I'd choose chocolate. Most people would choose chocolate. In my experience, most people choose chocolate. Okay, men, you're at the bar, okay? It's a bit of a chauvinistic way to say it, but lager or beer, okay? Apple juice or orange juice. If chocolate versus strawberry doesn't work for you, choose your own method of doing it. But I'm going to stick to chocolate versus strawberry ice cream. Okay? So, think about your decision then. Chocolate versus strawberry, which one would you want? Did you think about it? Did you procrastinate and go, oh, well, I think chocolate's so-and-so, and I think strawberry's so-and-so, and therefore I'm going to have X, Y, and Z, or I don't know. You didn't, did you? You just said, oh, I'll have a chocolate one, please, or, oh, I'll have a strawberry one, please. That would be great, Liz. Thank you very much. Okay. The decision to choose positivity in terms of your brain is no different. It's exactly the same. Okay. It's instant. Only you make it more difficult than that to choose to react positively. Okay. So every time, okay, that something happens, or you find yourself putting yourself down because of a reaction, something you've done, something someone said, okay? Something that's on the television, on the news, you read in the paper, something a friend tells you. You know, people gossiping, people just talking negatively about the weather, or about a child's school, or about the way a friend has reacted to something, anything. Choose chocolate. Choose positivity. Wake up. Use chocolate and strawberry to help you to leave those patterns behind you. Make it a habit. Make chocolate a habit. Okay? Make chocolate a habit. And I can tell you that your life will completely transform. Okay? Every time you choose the opposite, every time you choose strawberry, if that's your negative, the chips on your shoulders are getting deeper. Inside of yourself, the negativity is getting stronger. The more you will numb, and the more you will actually want to go to sleep, because it's just painful. It's painful to be living in that place. And what I want you to see with your awakening is it's really easy. You just choose, okay? You choose to maintain your power. It doesn't matter how many bullets are slung at you, how much mud is thrown at you. You can still choose chocolate. That's your power, nobody else's, okay? So from now on, within your awakening, I want you to choose chocolate. I want you to choose positivity and take back that wonderful power, okay? Don't forget to keep going with your silence as well. 5-minute silence every day. In the next film, we're really going to get in here and we're going to sort out this library of beliefs that you've got, okay? So enjoy.